All right, picture this. You are at a fancy restaurant, you are feeling bold, you have just ordered the biggest steak on the menu, and you are already imagining the taste when the waiter shows up and says, "Excuse me, there's a fee for using your fork, and a fee for sitting in the chair, and a fee for making eye contact with the dessert cart." Suddenly, you are checking your wallet to see if you can afford to breathe in here. Welcome to the wild world of credit cards, where the main dish is debt and the dessert is surprise fees. And by the end of the meal, your wallet feels like it has gone through a shredder. You might think credit cards are just little plastic magic wands for grown-ups, turning wishes into Amazon deliveries, but the reality is more like a magician who saws your money in half and forgets to put it back together. Today, on XQ, we are exposing the hidden fees on credit cards that are slowly, silently, and savagely destroying your money, kind of like termites in your wallet, but sneakier and with better marketing. First up, let us talk about annual fees. These are like paying a gym membership for a gym you never visit, except the only thing that gets at any exercise is your anxiety. Some credit cards charge you just for the privilege of being allowed to use them, which is a bit like your fridge charging you rent for storing your leftovers. The worst part? Sometimes you sign up for those cards because of flashy perks, but if you are not using the perks enough to cover the fee, congratulations, you have just bought yourself a very expensive keychain. But wait, there is more. Late payment fees, the personal favorite of the credit card companies, are the grown-up version of getting detention. You miss your payment by one day, and boom, you are slapped with a fine so big you start looking for loose change in your couch. Research shows the average late fee in the United Kingdom is around £25. Miss a couple of payments, and your late fees will start stacking up faster than dirty laundry after a long weekend. Even worse, these fees can increase your interest rate, which means the credit card company just hit the turbo button on your debt. Speaking of interest, let us talk about that beautiful, innocent-sounding phrase, the APR, or annual percentage rate. You know how your friend promises to pay you back and then somehow forgets every time you mention it? The APR is like that friend, except they never forget to collect. If you are carrying a balance month to month, interest is quietly snowballing in the background. Over time, what started as a small balance turns into something big enough to make you consider selling your childhood toys on eBay. Now let us enter the mysterious world of balance transfer fees. Imagine you are trying to escape one credit card with a high rate, so you transfer your balance to a new card with a lower rate, and you think you have outsmarted the system. But surprise, the new card charges you a balance transfer fee, usually between 1% and 5% of the amount you are moving. It is like trying to escape a hungry lion by running into a den of slightly less hungry hyenas, but you still end up as dinner. Foreign transaction fees are another classic trap. You finally save up enough money for that dream holiday to Paris, you swipe your card to buy a pain au chocolat, and when you check your statement later, there is an extra fee for using your card abroad. It is like the credit card company is saying, "Bon voyage." Now give us 3% for the privilege of existing on another continent. According to research by the UK Financial Conduct Authority, these little fees can add up to hundreds over the course of just one trip. That is a lot of croissants lost to the financial ether. But do not worry, the fun does not stop there. There are cash advance fees, which basically charge you extra for withdrawing your own money, as if your cash has become a VIP that needs a bodyguard. Not only will you pay a flat fee or a percentage of the withdrawal, but you will also get hit with an eye-watering interest rate that starts ticking immediately. No grace period, no friendly handshake, just pure wallet pain. Next up, the over-the-limit fee. This is the bank equivalent of letting you buy a 10th donut, then charging you extra because you were only supposed to buy 9. Even though most banks have gotten rid of this fee, some cards still sneak it in, just in case you are getting too comfortable with your limit. And for the grand finale, let us talk about paper statement fees, inactivity fees, and even payment processing fees, which are basically the bank charging you for breathing, blinking, or not doing enough with your card. Suddenly, your credit card feels less like a financial tool and more like a needy ex who cannot stop asking you for money. But here is the kicker. These hidden fees work together like a secret ninja squad, quietly slicing bits off your bank balance while you are distracted by cashback offers and reward points. According to a 2023 survey, most people underestimate the true cost of their credit cards by at least 20%, because who reads the fine print when there is a cute puppy on the card? So, how do you protect yourself from these stealthy wallet assassins? First, always read the fine print before signing up. If the terms and conditions look longer than the last novel you tried to read, grab a cup of coffee and dig in anyway. Or, if you are feeling fancy, use an online tool that breaks down the hidden fees for you. Second, pay your balance in full every month, or as close to full as you can. Treat your credit card like a grumpy houseplant that will wilt if you ignore it. If you do not carry a balance, you avoid interest entirely, and your money stays right where you want it, growing into something beautiful instead of disappearing into a black hole of debt. Third, set up automatic payments or reminders. In the age of smartphones, there is really no excuse to forget. Let technology be your money guardian angel, gently poking you before the banks do. Fourth, be smart about balance transfers. Only use them if you are sure you can pay off the amount before the low rate ends, and make sure the fee does not outweigh the savings. Otherwise, you are just moving your problems from one place to another, like sweeping dust under the rug and hoping your guests do not notice. Fifth, if you travel often, look for a credit card with zero foreign transaction fees. Think of it as a passport for your money, saving you cash every time you use your card abroad. And finally, regularly review your statements. Yes, it is boring, but so is being broke because of surprise fees. Treat it like detective work. You might even spot errors, or spot a fee you can negotiate away with a single phone call. Research from the UK's Citizens Advice Bureau found that many banks will waive certain fees if you just ask nicely and threaten to take your business elsewhere. Remember, credit cards are not evil. They are just sneaky, like cats that knock your stuff off the table when you are not looking. Used wisely, they can help you build credit, earn rewards, and give you peace of mind in emergencies. Used carelessly, they can bleed your bank account dry faster than a vampire at a blood drive. So, to wrap up, if you want to avoid the hidden fees that are eating your money alive, treat your credit card like a loaded mousetrap. Approach with respect, keep your fingers out of danger, and always check under the hood before you swipe. Your future self will thank you, your wallet will look healthier, and you will have fewer awkward moments at the checkout. If this video saved you from a sneaky fee, drop your funniest credit card story in the comments, hit subscribe, and share this video with that one friend who thinks reward points are a personality type. This is XQ, where we turn the boring into belly laughs and make you smarter than your bank manager, one video at a time. Catch you next time, and remember, laughter is the only thing that should be free.